Yes, you know what it is. Rum and Coke Radio each and every Tuesday right here. Myself, the short one. We got Dizzy D.
Hey.
We got Miss Holiday.
Hey.
We got DRWKSKEE back from his hiatus of being a fucking weirdo. But he's back. How you doing? Is DRWKSKEE back or you back?
I can't hear him.
Did you forget? Use the mic.
Yo,
Yo,
I'm back. What up? After all
what
the
it do,
fuckery.
baby?
After all the fuckery.
You were gone for a minute, bro.
How was Calgary?
Yeah, tell us about your trip. You owe us a story. You owe us a story.
Yeah, no, I do actually. It's a very long story. Let's just say we missed our flight, although they could have let us on because the plane was delayed for 45 minutes.
Jesus.
But they wouldn't let. Yeah, there's 4 of us that got stuck at the airport. They wouldn't give us our money back.
Wow.
They couldn't book us the flight. They said the next day, but we looked it up. There's none.
Wow.
Yeah, they gave us like maybe 4 or 5 phone numbers to call. They weren't working.
Damn, you're just getting a runaround.
I was on the phone with the airline for maybe good 2 hours.
Wow.
Trying to figure it out. So we ended up getting bus tickets to go back.
They have buses going from Calgary?
Yeah, they used to have a Greyhound, but they stopped that.
Yeah, so what is it now?
Rider Express or something like that.
What?
Yeah. So it was good. All in all, 13 hours. Cool. We get to Abbotsford. Tires blew up.
Yeah, the tires blow. I saw that. I saw that post. I think Alex and I were with each other, and we saw that post of the tire blowing out. We're like, damn.
I think that's when we were coming back from
Base Coast. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was good that it blew up in Abbotsford. There was signal. Imagine it blowing up in the mountains. Man.
Yeah,
that would be bad.
Yeah, right. But I mean, we, got universe sent. There was a girl that didn't have a phone. Shout out to you. Borrowed Jada's phone to call for pickup.
Okay.
And Jada asked if we could get a ride. So we got home quick.
That's dope.
Say. But I mean, like an hour and a half flight to 13 hours of fuckery. Let's just say that. And an extra day of staying in Calgary, which is whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I missed 2 days of work.
Damn.
And I'm sure they're not gonna compensate that. So
damn. Well, other than the fuckery getting home, how was the actual
trip itself
to Calgary?
It was a ghost town. Let's just say that. Being honest, sorry for people from Calgary. It was on a Saturday. We went and walked around downtown. There was nothing going on.
Yeah.
But there's a strip and like close to the mall, Core Mall, or is that what you call that?
Eau Claire Mall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the one with the weird things outside. Yeah. There's a strip. I think it was the 17th. Yeah. And then there's like bars right across.
Yeah.
There's a whole strip. That was fun. We went to
Wasn't it the Stampede though? Yeah. How were you saying it was empty, but it was Stampede?
Because everyone was at the Stampede.
Oh, I see what you mean. The actual town.
The actual Stampede area.
Everybody was there.
Yeah. We went there. It was literally like Peony and the Fair combined, but on steroids.
How many times did you hear Old Town Road?
I counted actually 6.
6 times you heard that song?
You know that musical ride that you can get to?
Yeah.
Like you can get onto?
Yeah.
Same shit. Old Town Road. Loud. Blasting. Not even joking. I heard that. I'm just like, I'm walking away. But it was good. Other than the fuckery, it was good. But if you're going to ask me if I would buy tickets to fly back, no.
Probably not, eh?
But if I have to, if I'm getting flown out to DJ, sure.
Yeah. So if we were like, yo, we're going on a trip, come fuck with us. We'll have a great time. Get a ticket.
I don't know. I might have to think about it. If I'm working, sure. If not.
But if we were just going out to have fun, like, we're from there.
Yeah.
He's been there, used to live there. So
yeah.
we might have a little something.
Like I went to an event
you.
that night, like a Sunday night or last night. Supposedly our last night.
Yeah, did you go to Rewind?
We went to Rewind.
Yeah, how was Rewind?
It was Rewind. Rewind is like one of the firest parties in Calgary.
It was sick. Let's just say that it was so dope that I can't believe the amount of support that they get for an event like that. They do it like once every so often.
But they do 2 nights of it. So they do a first night of it.
Now
and then
they
second
do
night.
2 nights.
Yeah.
So Rewind actually used to happen, I believe, 3 or 4 times a year. So they would do it kind of like every few months,
seasonally.
season change.
Yeah.
And like I love it because it's got the, it has the. It's got the video, all that stuff. So yeah, like the music videos. It's like the Much Music.
Yeah, they do the video mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seasick and Benny Johnson, Drew Atlas, Big Drew.
We went. It was dope. Thank you for Seasick for taking care of us.
Seasick. Brr. Shout out to you all day, bro. We love you.
We also gonna have him back in town for Hush.
Oh, word. Let's put him on the show.
August 4th.
Let's get him on the show.
For that. That's another dope thing. But the support that they get, like for an event that's once, you know, like I said, once in a while, or once in a blue moon, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like this big ass tent right outside Knoxville.
Oh, they did it at Knoxville this year. Oh, really?
It was crazy. Demographic from young people to like people that are like way older than us.
And all old school.
Oh man.
Nothing new school.
No. Yeah. It's actually like 90s and Y2K. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to leave early because we gotta catch the flights. Yeah. But yeah, I'm back.
Hey, it's good to have you back, bro.
Yeah, welcome. It's been way too long.
Awesome.
Great to have you back. In other news, some other people do some dope shit in our group. This holiday, please tell the folks about your festival hosting self.
Yeah, so I had the pleasure of hosting at the Fusion Fest.
Yeah.
They were celebrating Africa this year, so they had there was a bunch of different stages. I think there were 6 in total. I was hosting at the Afromad stage, which was awesome. Shout out to everybody involved. Like it was a really cool experience. I am still so shocked again to see how many Black people actually live here and come together, and not even just Black people. There was so many. There was all of the different tents. They had infusion of pretty much everywhere, all over the world. Like
I walked in and I was like, "What? Guatemala, Bulgaria, Colombia,
I ate some Indonesian
Nigeria,
food,
Ivory Coast, everything, all foods from everywhere." It was so.
Oh, it was really good.
Did you find a patty?
I did.
Yeah.
They had 2 different types. They had the Jamaican patty and they had the Trinidad Tobago patty. I personally believe, and I'm sorry to say this, but the Trinidad Tobago patty tasted like a real patty. The Jamaican patty was kind of like,
I don't know, it was something with the meat. I think that what the issue is for me, why I'm having a hard time, is the meat that everybody's choosing to use. I don't know. That's different from Calgary, but either way, it was okay. I stuck to I had like tandoori chicken, just stuff that
Did you try the jollof rice, the Nigerian stuff?
I didn't know.
The Nigerian jollof? Hold on a second, because we have a guest who is from Ghana.
Hey.
And I know for a fact he's gonna say that his jollof is better than Nigerian jollof. Way better to whom? Anyways, yeah. So, did you get to try the Nigerian jollof?
I didn't. I actually barely even ate that day. And,
wow. Wow, all that food from everywhere.
I know. I was so busy. There was just a lot to do, a lot to see. I got to do a little bit of shopping. I got myself a little fanny pack.
Hey.
It was like, it's got some West African designs. There were some really cool vendors. I actually got the pleasure to be dressed, customized in a traditional African.
Yeah.
There's just I tried to ask him what the specific name is for it, and he just said it's a dress. Like Kabumbe fashion. So I had my hair tied, was wearing a nice dress, and then on the day 2, I had some like custom shorts, which is pretty dope.
Fire.
So yeah, and I got burnt.
Excuse me?
Yes, you guys. Now I know what white people feel like. As messed up as that is, I swear I've never been burnt in my entire life.
It is so disappointing.
It is a very uncomfortable feeling. It's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Like trying to sleep and shit?
No, I don't have it to that extreme. It's just my skin feels hot, and like a little itchy.
Well, because it got literally burnt off of your body. That's kind of what sunburn is.
But I see this tan's coming in nice, you know. So like, hopefully, I get 2 shades darker
for a day. You'll keep it holds for a day.
Yo, shout out to our boy J-GEEZY in the house right here.
Woo, we got a special guest.
He's going to be coming on, King Puffa from the Puffa Podcast on Pot TV. He does a lot of stuff. I'm excited to get into this interview. Excited. We still got more news, though.
Yes. We're just going to jump into a little quick goofy one, too. You know, you ever like been cruising around driving and you might like pass a car and it's like this old like white cab or something and they're like banging a heavy tune and you're like, yo, what the fuck? Well, that could have been Jerry Foxhoven because dude loved Tupac so much and he put it in so many of his work emails that he was asked to resign.
What?
Yes.
I don't understand.
So because he's a fan of Pac and he
was just going overboard like, okay, there's a little clip of what he said. He sends out emails like this. It'll be in there. Got it. But anyways, here's one of his emails. You've already received my email reminding you that Sunday is Father's Day. I'm sure you're already aware that Sunday, June 16th, is also Tupac's birthday. He would have been 48 today if you were alive. So of course I'll be celebrating both Father's Day and Tupac's birthday. I hope you all enjoy the day as well and take the time to enjoy one of the songs. And he goes on and ends it with a quote from Tupac. And I just find this fucking hilarious for multiple reasons. Because this is let me get this correct because I don't want to jip him off a 66-year-old white man.
What?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, you thought it was just no, like this is why it's funny.
I thought it was a youth.
Awesome.
No. He was sending these to like he had like 4,700 employees. He was just like blasting them constantly with emails about Tupac.
And so they asked him to quit?
Honestly, I think he's 66, so he was like the boss, so he probably was just retiring. But it's a funny story still.
Yeah, it's true. It's still fucked up though that they would let him go because of some Tupac things.
So they didn't let him go. They just asked him to resign.
Yeah, that's the story.
Is he still working there?
No. He's retired.
Oh,
now he's retired. He's 66, so like that's technically the age of retirement or whatever. So I'm feeling like it was this goofy
maybe it's
dude.
him being like,
yeah, he's
I'm
probably
gonna go
just
out
being
with
goofy.
a bang.
No, but he's been doing this for years.
Oh, okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't one or
sick.
two. He didn't like. He's like every day, at least one to every employee about Tupac for years.
So would you be bothered by that?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. Well, I don't really read emails to begin with, so.
Yeah, but if your boss was like sending you,
it would depend. It would seem like it was. If I probably in the first like week or two of meeting this guy, it'd be like, yo, what's up with this guy? Like, is he just like heavy pandering, trying to get like a black friend?
Yeah.
But like after like a few years of this, you could be like, oh no, he's like bout it.
yeah,
like, he probably loves Tupac more than me.
You would get him Tupac stuff for
like,
Christmas
it'd be like,
and shit.
I'd be sucking up, be like, here's a vinyl copy.
Yeah.
How you doing? How about that raise, boss man? How you doing?
What about you? What would you feel if your boss kept doing that?
Just like Alex said, like I don't really read emails. Well, I mean I do, but okay, so this is bad. When I was a manager, they would send us stuff like that too. Not like about Tupac or anything, but they would be like, you know, some kind of inspirational. The only time that I would ever really read them is if we had a meeting and they like I was like, oh shit, okay, what emails did they send out? Let me like pay attention so that if they ask me any questions. But other than that, I don't care. I'm not really. I hate reading emails. So
I wanted to bring up a topic that happened just recently. And I know this is going to be a stretch topic. We're going to comment about this a little bit, but it's really on my brain. So recently, Donald Trump had a rally, and during this rally, he brought up one of the senators. I forgot her name. Ilhan Omar. And the crowd started chanting, "Send her back, send her back."
And obviously and importantly, Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.
Send her.
Because the week before, prior 2 weeks ago, Donald Trump sent a tweet saying that her and 3 other first-year members of Congress that are minorities should go back to their countries. And he kind of tried to diss their countries. And it was funny because, like, other than Ilman, they're all born in the States.
They're all born in the States.
So it's like, all right, bro. But, you know, that's not how racist works. But anyways, continue.
So the very next day, they do an interview with him at the in the White House, at the Oval Office, I believe it was. He had a bunch of children with him. And one of the reporters asked, so why didn't you say anything while the crowd was chanting, send her back? And he says, actually, I interrupted very loudly. I felt I was a little I was a little upset from the chants. It was quite a chant. And then kept going on. Then the video I seen, it cuts back to what actually happened. This man let the crowd exhaust their chants before he started even speaking. So my thoughts are crazy.
Yeah.
So I just want to know what you guys think of this.
We want our guests to speak on that as well. So
let's bring Jeezy up in here. Puffer Podcast, Pop TV. My man's holding it down. Make sure you check the track. Mary. Jeez. So excited to have my man in the spot.
Everybody? How you guys doing?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. Thank you guys for having me on your platform.
You know, honestly, he came on once upon a time before we went on to his show during our little tour. I went representing the crew. I believe y'all was busy doing whatever y'all was doing, but I still showed love.
Represented though.
Yeah, all day. So what's your thoughts on this, bro?
I just think it's wild, the world, the era that we live in right now. Like I was saying earlier before off wax, I think Trump being elected president and him coming out and taking the type of stances he does and making the statements he does, he's like emboldened all these like kind of closet racists to like really say how they really feel inside, you know, people who otherwise might have kept those thoughts kind of to themselves or amongst their close friends, but now because of Trump, if the president can say these wild things, like, you know what I mean, like make America great again, all that stuff, why can't I? So it's just wild to see like a room full of people chanting send her back, but it's just
fucking bananas. What about you, Alex? What are your thoughts on this whole issue? And give me a real answer, like what you really think.
I really think I am over it. Not that I don't care, it's just it's him. Like, I don't know why people are still surprised. Like, the first thing the man says are all Mexicans are rapists and criminals. So why are we still surprised 2 years later that he's fucking racist? Like, I'm
not saying that he's racist. No, I'm not surprised that he's racist.
You asked me that's what I'm saying. That's my answer. So when he says that shit, and it's like, okay, well, like Jeezy said, like, his base follows his lead. So once he threw out the tweets and he actually went on the podium and said, well, yeah, they should go back. That's not racist, blah, blah. Obviously, they're going to be coming out the next fucking rally and start screaming, send her back. And it's just like, all right, those people, like, I think we brought something up earlier, but those type of people, like, I don't even bother trying to talk to because, like, him being racist isn't, like, a shock. It's like, that's why you like him. So it's like, I really have no want or issue to fucking even deal with those kind of people because I'm not wasting my breath on them because they don't care. So nah, that's me.
I feel like there's a little silver lining though with this whole Trump thing is at least now you know where people stand, which I can at least, like, even though it's messed up that there's people with hate in their heart and to, like, you know, just because you look different or come from a different place or have a different background, at least now I know, like, okay, that's where you stand. So now I know, like, you know who to deal with, who not to deal with, because certain people say things and they kind of expose themselves as what their true, like, you know, feelings are. So
backhanded compliments or little side comments. For me, with Trump, like, I've stopped paying attention, and I'm just so thankful and blessed that I'm over here on this side and we're in Canada, and we straight up, like, that's the one thing. I always say, oh, you know, I want to go to the States, and then after I'm like, actually, we're blessed here. We're so blessed, and I just think that this whole entire thing is a hoax at this point. Like, I think that this whole thing there's so much more underlining issues and stuff that the government isn't telling us and that we don't know. So they put this puppet of some sort in there to dance around and keep us distracted and allow him to say all of his fuckery, and then just like, you know.
You know, in textbooks and shit back in the day, I'd always be like, the whole like Jim Crow era, talking about that stuff, watching movies like Birth of a Nation, you know, back in the day, stuff like that. I would watch it and be like, man, to picture a time where people were really being disrespected like this, dead to their faces, is just crazy. And I thought we were progressive when I would be thinking these thoughts. Now I'm watching it right back again, and it's like, wow, I'm actually living this life right now. We actually get to see Canada chant "Send some African back home." America, sorry, my bad. My bad, Canada. I love you.
But also to that, it's like, it's something that people forget. Yeah, it's in textbooks, but like, all those people are still alive.
That's true.
Like, we're not far removed from those people being in power, and so it's like, it is surprising, but like, realistically, these people got beaten down by society, saying like, these are wrong words, don't say that. And now that, like man said, now they got their fucking leader being like, yo, we going back, we making America great again. And what's the again? Back in the 60s, like,
yeah, that
wasn't that long ago. So that's what people always remember, that when everyone's always like, oh my god, this is so surprising. It's like, okay, it is, but realistically, if you look at the whole history of the world, history of everything, it's not as surprising if you look at it that way, just because like, but it wasn't that far away.
We've gotten decades with different presidents that have been kind of like, they know how to speak properly without throwing racists.
Well, they do it subtly. That's the only difference.
And now we're just going straight on.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't that long ago. There wasn't even that many presidents ago that it was Jim Crow and shit. Like, even though it's in a textbook, like the 60s, like, nigga, my dad was born in 64. Like, that wasn't even that long ago, and he ain't old, right? So it's like, even one of the president catches, Kamala Harris, she's 50-something, just 50-something. She was one of the little kids that was in the whole busing segregation shit. Like, she lived that. Like, she was one of the first people in her town to get, like, bused. Like, this shit is, like, just there. It's always under the surface. Everybody thinks we got Obama, so everything's great, but nah.
Yeah, like, when I went to Atlanta, and just even the whole Rosa Parks and all of that stuff, it's like, my mom was in her 30s, or just like these things didn't happen too long ago, so they're still fairly like present. But since we're on the topic of Trump, I'm sure you guys heard of how Kanye called him to get A$AP Rocks out of
oh yeah.
I want to come back with that.
Oh, let's do it. Let's come back with that,
because we're already there. So Greg, can you come and play, please? Yes.
Yo, dog, thank you so much for putting this beat in for the chat.
Can I do the ID first?
Wow, go, dog, go.
All right. You know what it is, Roman Coke Radio, each and every Tuesday right here. Myself, the short one. We got Dizzy D.
Hey.
We got Miss Holiday.
Yo.
That was SOKRATES filling in for DRWKSKEE, because now he's just out here getting other DJs to do his job. But whatever. But Dizzy, give him the shout out for our guests.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for J-GEEZY!
Hey.
Yes.
What's up? Yo, off top though, I gotta say, and this is a common misconception that a lot of people do, it's actually J-GEEZY.
GEEZY. Oh, my bad. Here, let me do that again.
Literally, so many people say
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our boy, J-GEEZY!
Yeah, respect. Thank y'all for having me.
My bad on that one. Yo, Puffer Podcast. Big Puffer. I mean, you out here.
Yeah, you know.
Pot TV. You still working with that?
Kinda yes and no. I'm not gonna be doing the podcast over at the same spot I was doing it
okay.
307 West Hastings there at the lounge. I'm taking it to a new location. We kind of it's the network we're gonna be doing it with. They're like kind of affiliated with Pot TV, but it's not gonna be directly on Pot TV.
Fire.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fire. Yo, so go. I know she wants.
I was just gonna say, we know who you are, but for the people who don't know who you are, just introduce yourself a little bit. Tell the city what you got going on for yourself.
Okay. My name is J-GEEZY, aka the Big Puffer.
Sir.
Like they pointed out, I do a podcast. I'm a podcaster, but more importantly, I make music. I'm a hip hop artist, but my music has like many other influences. I like to do like interviews like your guy, like yourselves. So I do little, YouTube interviews with like local artists and stuff as well.
Very true.
And I just, trying to be part of the music scene, which I foresee to be really popping in the next few years. So I just want to be on the ground floor,
Facts. You know what I really appreciate about the
and I represent G-Town. Sorry to cut you off. I represent G-Town.
All
Series
day.
604. What it do, yo?
We're gonna get into that in a bit. I got something for you about the whole G-Town crew. You guys pay attention. But what I really appreciate that you do on Puff Podcast is how you do like the video of the week or month. Is it? What is it?
Video of the year.
Of the year.
But it would be like video of the week basically because it'd be two videos kind of competing.
Yeah, and they compete, and you get all these people to vote on which one stays, which one goes.
Yeah.
That's fire, brother. That is such a fire concept. I thought so much, and like I stopped myself from being like, yo, we should try to introduce some like music things. I'm like, no, Puffer got that. Puffer got that.
No, but more. There needs to be more of that,
No, I do feel you, but really, I think people should be paying attention to how you do it first before we start introducing everybody else into it. You know what I mean?
Respect.
So if you guys are out there, go look at my boy Puffer. His new podcast will be coming.
We aim
Check
for
out
September.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Check out that section and really participate in that. Get to see what people are doing out here. I, for one, make videos in this city, and I'm proud of my work, and I know a lot of people out there doing big things with videos and a lot of new videos coming. So that's and he touches on old videos, like the videos that started the waves out here. Like, my man's on one. You guys pay attention. Coming soon.
Straight up, coming soon.
So
hopefully September.
You got music out right now.
Yeah, I always got some new. I always keep one in the chamber, ready to go. We just dropped a video for Mary on Canada Day. That was pretty cool. Shout out to the folks at Studio 710.
Yo, I really appreciate how you're cradling that jar of weed in the video, dog. I really appreciate. This guy is literally just loving his weed. Like if you are a weed connoisseur or just enjoy to smoke, watching him handle this weed, it just made me so proud.
Thing of beauty.
It is a thing of beauty. So we were going to talk into a topic that we need to bring up. We were going to bring up that Trump thing, holiday.
Alex, go for it. Since you haven't said much.
Go for it. I talk all the time. Anyways, no, it was just I don't know. I put up the topic before I read more, and now that I read more upon it, I'm like, fuck it. But whatever, we'll go through it anyways. So, because how, I don't know how this happened, but, Trump is obsessed with celebrities. So, obviously, when Kim Kardashian calls him to let some people out, he does it for the free pub and shit. Even though, sorry, bro, we don't believe you're still a fucking asshole. So, this time, because everybody's like, yo, this ASAP shit is super whack. Also, when you compare it to what happened to not G-GEEZY, that's J-GEEZY. We're talking about G-GEEZY, white boy from Oakland. He was out in Sweden, kind of same situation, got in a fight. He actually got caught with possession of some drugs as well. He was out and back the next day. So, yeah, even he posted on Instagram like, yo, this is fuck. Like, I got caught for the same thing and an extra charge of drugs.
Damn.
And he's like, yeah, and I was in jail the night out the next day on the plane back here, and it's perfectly fine. So it's super fun.
How long has it been now?
This is going on the third week. Originally, people
Wow.
said that he was gonna get 2 weeks, and then they would. They thought he would get out in 2 weeks. But what really happened is they had like not retrial, but they just went over the charges. Wanted to see because they have him, the other guy in the video, and his security guard. They have all three of them. They don't have the other guys.
There was two more, yeah.
The guys that they were fighting, they don't have them, so that's kind of fucked. But whatever. So they have those guys. So basically, what Kanye said, he's gonna call Trump to help get him out. But we actually look at it. Sweden doesn't have a bail system,
What?
so he couldn't get out anyways. And they were like, and the way their laws set up, there would be absolutely nothing Trump could do. Like, it's not like, it doesn't even rise to that level. Like, it's not like, unless they said Rocky was a fucking like spy somehow, and like they're just like, yo, can we get our mans back? But realistically, like as usual, Trump does it for clout. He's done this before, like when I don't know if you heard about when the balls like Lamar Ball and them, they were in China on their little trip.
Yeah.
One of the kids are at with UCLA. One of the kids, the middle one, the one that's not even good at basketball, he got caught teething sunglasses with his friends. It's like guys, you guys are all niggas in China.
In China.
The average height there is
Tall
5'5",
ass
and y'all niggas are 6'5" and up. Like you don't think they're like they watch us here. You don't think they're watching us there? Anyways, that's right. They got caught. They got hemmed up. They got arrested. And then Trump made this thing like, oh, I helped. And then they got out. Trump's like, oh, I helped them get out. Blah blah. I put a call in. Blah blah blah. Nah, one of the boosters, the guys that brought them there, it was like a Chinese diplomat who also boosts UCLA. That's how they got out.
Wow.
So like that's usual. That's why like when I looked into it, I'm like, Trump is really just trying to be like, yo, you guys, I'm not a nigger hater. And it's like, but you just said
Send
nigger.
her back.
Yeah.
Send
So
her. Jeez.
yeah, it's all for clout, but we can see through it, and it's as long as we can see through it. That's what I'm glad is. It's pretty universal that everybody like that sees it. They're like, okay, bro, like fuck off. Like thanks if you get him out, but that doesn't make up for any of the shit that's gone on before.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Man, fuck them. What are your thoughts on it?
I got a question for you
Go
guys.
for it.
So when coming this next election, what do you think is gonna? Who do you think is gonna turn out more to the polls? Everybody, like the part of America who's like sick and tired of Trump and like all his tweets and all the stuff he says, or that emboldened
The
base
Trump.
that he has that came out last time. Who do you think is gonna show up more in the polls, and like what do you think is gonna happen?
I think it's going to be like a huge clash at the polls. I think it's going to be a nasty one this year. Honestly.
Russia, stay out of it, yo. Come on.
Yeah, for real. Even talking of that, man, you know, they were talking about impeachment for 3 whole years now. This guy ain't going nowhere. So the thought of him being reelected, it's going to be a crazy one this year. I do think there's going to be a lot of supporters for him because there is literally a lot of, and you got to think it's the people who actually go to the polls.
That's the thing.
He has real people that show up to those polls.
Voter suppression, though, is a real thing.
It
in
is.
the states where they actually do things to make it so that minorities and stuff like that can't vote, get to the polls. So that's kind of messed up too.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy one this year. I'm kind of like, I'm kind of afraid of it. I'm kind of afraid of it. But let's go into our boy right here because I got a lot of questions with
pause.
Anyways, I want to ask him questions about the whole G-Town movement that's been happening. There's been a big thing going on out there. I'm seeing a lot of music, a lot of new artists, and the vibe is G-Town. You definitely can hear G-Town swag in all your music. Give it to me. Talk to me about it.
Yo, it's really dope to see how far it's come, how like all this like new generation, this new wave of G-Town artists.
Who started the whole G-Town, just the slang of it?
Now that's the thing. That's probably up for dispute. You know, you're gonna hear a lot of different versions.
Let's hear your version. I'm asking you.
Well, me, I don't know who created the word because I know for a fact there was older homies and stuff in the hood and stuff probably saying G-Town before we came around. But the thing is, me and my homies, we never heard anybody. No one ever told us about, like, no one ever called it G-Town. We just called it G-Town, Guilford, G-Town. We just naturally came to that. So, like, we came up with it, but I'm not gonna say we were the first because those probably, because like I know of a homie who had like a company called like G-Town Records back in like 1999 and shit, and that's like, you know, I was 7 back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
It's been around for a while, but I don't know who created it. But like, when it comes to like the music, like on Wax and stuff, I'm gonna take full credit for that. I was the one out here back in like 08, 09, just hard G-Town, putting G-Town in the title of my songs, and just every song I start, you know, G-Town, I'm always representing. So.
Yeah. So who's all in the squad? Like, who could you say is a G-Town representative? You got names to shout?
Yeah, well, for sure. If you're talking like music-wise, you know, you gotta shout out people like Hood Rich. You know what I mean? He a G-Town OG for sure. He been rocking, doing that thing since I was like, you know, young and in high school. You know, I got shout out to, you know, my little cousin G Kane. He out here doing his thing. Yeah, you know.
Shit.
What? He putting on for G-Town. You know, we got other young cats like Young Ness. Ness gone global.
Okay.
He out here. He got that crazy stage presence, energy and stuff with the young kids. He be doing stage dives and stuff.
Hey.
Got the crowd hyped. So he repping G-Town loud and proud too. So it's really dope.
So I've been thinking about having like a last call segment where it's just G-Town takeover. Bring all the guys and just come and do like quick 16s, everybody. You think you can arrange that?
I think I could pull something together.
Hey, you guys stay
Make a phone
tuned.
call or two. You know?
guys stay tuned. We might have a G-Town takeover right here. Last call. Jeez. So where'd you come up? Like, where's your come up, bro?
What do you
Like
mean,
what
where'd I
schools and everything?
Oh, what? Yo, gotta shout out my, you know what I mean? The Sabres. Yo, Guilford Park Secondary, you know what I mean? Shout out the Spartans, you know what I mean? My folks up in North Surrey, you know what it is.
Hey.
I mean, I never went there, but shout out to the folks at JH2, you know what I mean? I think they're like the Dragons or something now. They cool too. But yo, Jorth Road, that's like Riverdale. That's Holly Park. Yo, that's what.
So
it
when'd
is.
you start making music?
I was going to school in that's GP Sabres. Yeah, it was like grade 9.
Really? Yeah. And what about your podcast? When did you start the podcast?
About like two years ago. I'll say 2 years ago. 2 years, a year and like 3/4. 2 years ago, started the podcast.
That's dope. I wanted to ask you your thoughts because this was one of our other topics that we had. Apparently, Toronto police are giving tickets out for loud music.
What do you mean, like out of apartments?
No, when you're driving.
Like driving and your music's loud?
See, I would.
Yeah, that was my question for bringing up. Like, I find it so funny because I really don't think that's a problem anymore. Like when I would say I'd say between like 2000 to maybe 2010, there was like everybody had 212s in the back.
Facts.
Now like you don't really need it because even if you buy like a newer car, them shits bang pretty good. Yeah, the stock is usually Bose or some shit, so that's alright. And it got good enough like insulation and shit where you're not like rattling down the street. Like I remember the days I'd have like subs in the back of my truck and I would like just set off alarms and I thought it was the funniest shit. I'm a little older now and realize that was the biggest asshole move you could do, but no, so when I saw that I'm like, yo, like our Toronto man's just that far behind where they're trying to bring back Too Fast Too Furious? Like what's going on?
Wow.
I didn't hear about that, but that sounds crazy. I'm a person who likes to like play my music really loud and stuff, but never do I ever think my music, even when I'm playing at the loudest, I don't think it's loud enough to
disturb
warrant
people.
a ticket. Yeah, it's not disturbed, but like homie said, it's the way that new cars are and stuff. The system's already good, but it's to the point where it's not blaring down the street. You're not waking up the whole neighborhood, so you can play your music pretty loud. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's summertime. Maybe they got the tops down. They got the windows down.
But people are walking around with these like stereo cases
I don't
on them
like
and
that.
shit.
I don't like that. Like, get
See
some
what I'm
headphones, you fuck. Like,
So do you think those people deserve tickets?
100%.
more than the people in the cars?
Yeah, give them. They're double. Like, you're just a Monachi asshole. Like, if it's on the beach, we cool, we chilling. Like, I understand that. But like, there be people just walking around the mall on the fucking train, got like this bullshit. Like they're wearing like a fanny pack. It's like, yo, put some headphones on. Like we don't care to hear your shit. Like I like that song too, but I don't want to hear it from your shit.
Remember looking at pictures back in the day where you'd see like a homie with like a ghetto blaster on his shoulders and he'd be walking down the street banging it. So looking at that picture, would you be like, yeah, go ahead?
Well,
or would you be like, yo, bro, turn that shit the fuck down?
Did they even have headphones back then?
No, but
exactly.
But is this the same vibe? Would you still say he deserves a ticket? He weren't like that's a ticket?
No, because it's the reason why it's so fucking annoying is because we have headphones. There, you don't have to do that. If that's the only thing, yeah, I might be annoyed with it. But I'd be like, hey, whatever. Like it's still a dope stereo. I'd probably want one of those stereos. But like we have phones. There's headphone jacks. There's adapters. There's wireless headphones. There's wired headphones. You can go to the dollar store and get headphones.
Yeah. Speak on
I don't know. Like, there's really no excuse now for not having headphones.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that's what I'm saying. It's two different things. Like, come on, son. Like,
what about if you don't have a cell phone? Like, what if you're like this bum right here?
Then then sell your fucking your Bluetooth, sell your fucking Bose speaker thing and get headphones.
What would they be playing out of the speakers then?
Yeah, if they don't have a phone.
Just the radio. Could be the radio.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think out of your car for sure you should get a ticket. That's it's kind of whack.
That's being extra now.
But maybe if it's past a certain time at nighttime and you're in your residential community,
that's fair.
Then I can understand a ticket. Yeah, okay, I get it. But if you're like
just on the road,
if you're driving downtown right here and somebody just boom boom, yeah. What are you saying?
No, for real. I agree with that too. Like, if it's a residential area and the music's blaring, of course, if it's loud enough to wake someone up where they wake up and call the cops on you, then you know what? Maybe it's too loud.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be in the neighborhood at like 12 o'clock at night blowing a blunt with your music blasted, chilling outside. Like, at least have some respect for the people who are sleeping.
Yeah.
So tell me about your other shows that you do with your persona. Because I know you don't just do the Puffer podcast. Like you said, you're on YouTube doing things. Yeah,
I have this interview series called GTOWN Vision. I do it with my boy Shinigami Films. You know, shout out to him. Basically, the premise is we just like to interview different creative minds around the city, and most of the time we want to go to their area, like their workspace, and kind of just film them in there, like, you know, and just kind of talk to them about what they do. So we had like a guy, my homie, a Sculpus. He has his own clothing brand or whatever. Nice. So we just went to his garage where he makes his clothes and stuff, and he showed us how he presses his shirt, talked about his process, his inspiration. Nice. We might talk to different artists, go to the studio and stuff. So it's just that. It's just, again, with my whole MO is just like putting spotlight on the talented people in the city and people that you may have never heard of, and you know. You have any artists that you're going to be interviewing coming up right away that we could look forward to seeing? For GTOWN Vision, no. There's a couple artists that I want to that you know, we've been in talks and, you know, might be able to work something out, but we don't have any. Because before we were kind of doing it where we're just trying to get it off, so we were kind of doing like. Just interviewing a bunch of people and stuff, but now we're gonna be like more selective, even if it means putting them out less frequently. We're just gonna be more selective and put more time into the production and the quality of guests, and like it's just gonna be just a much better experience, and more people are gonna want to watch it, and it's gonna do the artist more justice. And you're gonna have like more of them coming out, like, you know, like every week type thing, or every month. I want to have at least every 2 weeks, but we want to get it to every week. That would be really cool. That's dope. Yeah. That's dope, man. Our boy J-GEEZY in the house right here, putting it down. J-GEEZY. See, I did that again. Yeah, you'll be surprised how many people like J-GEEZY, they see it and it's just J-GEEZY. That's how I see it. Yeah. Good old English. It's a good thing that you correct it every time, because forever I would be continuously saying that. Thank you for coming out here, repping G-Town. Thank you so much. We are going to try and make that happen. So send them calls up. And I appreciate you guys having me. This is really dope. Yeah, man, it's good to have you here. It sucks that the other two couldn't show up for when we showed up at your show. Yo, because those times were fun, man. The show, when the show was at Pot TV, those are some good times. You know, those you get the blaze. But the thing is, but see, there's the thing. The new podcast setup, the new place that we're doing it at, it's like that place times 3. Like it's on a different level, and you're gonna be able to blaze there, and it's gonna be. Like, can we be one of your first guests? Oh, hell yeah! Yo, I'm telling you, September is when we aim to bring it back, and that'll be our 1 year. That'll be our 1 year almost. Yeah. So you guys are gonna October's do a little, our 1 year promo tour again, maybe? Ooh, we could. Regardless if you do or not, yo, we're putting it on wax here first. You know, the folks at Rum and Coke Radio are gonna be one of my first, you know, guests on the new Puffer podcast. Yeah. Yes. So let's get out of here before Dizzy starts putting us on more interviews. You know what it is, Rum and Coke Radio each and every Tuesday right here. Myself, the short one. We got Dizzy D. Hey. We got Miss Holiday. Yo. Shout out to Socrates for filling in for that mix. Shout out to J-GEEZY for sitting in with us. And we're going to jump back in the mix with the Roxy. It's Rum and Coke Radio. See y'all next week. Radio.